Competitive landscape, China's naval capabilities versus U.S. Navy. A 2023 comparative analysis of carrier group strength and operational readiness in the South China Sea. Summary of competitive landscape. The year 2023 has seen increasing geopolitical tensions in the South China Sea, prompting a renewed focus on naval capabilities, particularly in comparing the strengths and operational readiness of China's naval forces against those of the U.S. Navy. This analysis reveals a multifaceted competitive environment shaped by military advancements, strategic doctrines, and regional dynamics. Key developments in naval strength. China's naval expansion. Over the past decade, China has markedly enhanced its naval capabilities, focusing on expanding its aircraft carrier fleet and upgrading its naval assets. As of 2023, the People's Liberation Army Navy Plan operates 3 active aircraft carriers, the Liaoning, Shandong, and the new Fujian, which is equipped with advanced technologies and capabilities. The plan is also working towards the development of next-generation carriers utilizing catapult-assisted takeoff but arrested recovery systems. This evolution aims to enhance the operational flexibility and striking power of China's naval forces. U.S. Navy's dominance. In contrast, the U.S. Navy maintains a significant advantage with a fleet of 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers which serve as the backbone of its naval power. These carriers are part of larger carrier strike groups that emphasize advanced technology integration, readiness, and sustained operational capabilities. The U.S. Navy's strategic focus remains on maintaining a global maritime presence, particularly in the Indo-Pacific, where it conducts frequent freedom of navigation operations (FONOPs) to assert its commitment to open maritime routes. Operational readiness and strategic posturing. U.S. Navy's high operational tempo. Operational readiness is a pivotal aspect of naval capabilities. The U.S. Navy is renowned for its high operational tempo and extensive training exercises which enhance its readiness levels. The U.S. regularly engages in FONOPs in the South China Sea, demonstrating its resolve to counter Chinese territorial claims and reassure its allies in the region. China's evolving readiness. China has made significant strides in enhancing its naval training exercises and operational capabilities. However, analysts express concerns regarding the readiness of the plan, particularly in high-stakes scenarios. While China has a growing fleet, the experience and integration seen in U.S. forces may not be as developed, potentially impacting its effectiveness in real combat situations. Regional dynamics and influence. The South China Sea remains a critical geopolitical arena, with China's assertive territorial claims leading to tensions with Southeast Asian countries and the United States. The U.S. Navy's presence aims to deter Chinese expansion while reassuring regional allies. Conversely, China's naval buildup seeks to project power and safeguard its maritime interests. The contrasting strategic objectives of both nations underscore the complexities of their engagement in the region. Common key points and differences among sources. A consensus emerges across various analyses regarding the rapid growth of China's naval capabilities, posing significant challenges to U.S. interests in the South China Sea. Key areas of competition include technological advancements in naval warfare, particularly in cyber capabilities and unmanned systems. However, differences arise in assessing operational readiness. Some sources argue that while China's fleet is numerically superior, it may lack the operational experience and integration found within U.S. forces. Timeline of events. 1. 2010 to 2015. China initiates a significant naval expansion, exemplified by the launch of its first aircraft carrier Liaoning in 2012. 2. 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration rules against China's expansive claims in the South China Sea, leading to heightened tensions. 3. 2018, the U.S. increases its naval presence in response to China's aggressive island-building activities. For 2020, China commissions its second aircraft carrier Shandong, solidifying its regional maritime capabilities. 5. 2021 to 2022, both nations engage in increased military exercises reflecting the escalating rivalry. 6. 2023, China's naval capabilities continue to evolve with discussions surrounding a new class of aircraft carriers. While the U.S. emphasizes maintaining readiness through strategic alliances and partnerships. Conclusion. The competitive landscape in the South China Sea highlights a pivotal moment in maritime security characterized by naval modernization, operational challenges, and regional stability considerations. The ongoing developments in naval capabilities and strategies between China and the U.S. will significantly influence future geopolitical alignments and naval strategies in the Indo-Pacific region. As tensions continue to mount, the balance of power at sea will remain a critical area of focus for both nations. This comprehensive analysis serves as a snapshot of the current state of naval capabilities in 2023, offering insights into the evolving dynamics between China and the U.S. in the context of the South China Sea. In evaluating the competitive landscape of naval capabilities between China and the U.S. Navy in 2023, several counterintuitive insights emerge from the comparative analysis. 1. Perception of naval power versus reality of readiness. While many observers consider China's rapid expansion of naval assets, especially its aircraft carriers, as indicative of a burgeoning maritime power, it is essential to question the operational readiness of these assets. Despite having more surface ships, some analysts argue that the U.S. Navy's experience in high-stakes scenarios and integrated operations may yield a qualitative advantage. This suggests that sheer numbers might not translate directly into effective operational capabilities, challenging the assumption that a larger fleet equates to superior military power. 2. Technological edge versus traditional naval warfare. The U.S. Navy continues to leverage advanced technology like nuclear propulsion and cutting-edge weapon systems, which provide a significant operational advantage. However, the increasing incorporation of cyber capabilities and unmanned systems by China complicates this dynamic. The narrative that traditional naval power rests solely on surface combatants is countered by the growing importance of non-traditional warfare such as cyber and electronic warfare, suggesting that future naval conflicts may hinge more on technological sophistication than on the number of ships. 3. Geopolitical strategy versus operational focus. The U.S. Navy's strategic posture in the South China Sea is often portrayed as a robust deterrent to Chinese expansionism. However, the counterintuitive aspect lies in the U.S. reliance on alliances and partnerships, which can be seen as a sign of vulnerability rather than strength. This approach may indicate that the U.S. recognizes the limitations of its unilateral capabilities in the region, suggesting that the narrative of American dominance may not fully account for the complexities of multilateral regional dynamics. For public perception of military growth, the narrative surrounding China's naval expansion often emphasizes the rapid growth of its fleet. However, many of these ships may not be fully operational or integrated into cohesive battle groups. This creates a disparity between perceived strength and actual combat readiness. The counterintuitive notion here is that while China's naval forces are expanding in number, the integration and operational capability of these forces may lag, challenging the perception that they represent an immediate threat to U.S. naval superiority. 5. Regional alliances and their implications. The assumption that increased naval presence by the U.S. will automatically reassure allies may overlook the nuanced responses of regional states, some of which may prefer a balanced approach to avoid antagonizing China. This indicates that U.S. naval strategy may not yield the expected geopolitical dividends if regional players opt for diplomatic engagement over military alignment, complicating the overall competitive landscape. 6. Logistical capabilities versus strategic assets. While the U.S. Navy has a significant advantage in logistical capabilities and support systems which are crucial for sustained operations, China's focus on developing strategic naval assets can create a facade of parity. The counterintuitive takeaway is that while the U.S. maintains a logistical edge, the narrative of a decisive technological superiority may obscure the real challenges posed by China's growing capabilities in specific strategic areas. By exploring these counterintuitive aspects, we gain a more nuanced understanding of the competitive landscape in the South China Sea, revealing that quantitative assessments of naval power may not fully capture the complexities of operational readiness, technological innovation, and geopolitical strategy. Overlooked content in the comparative analysis of China's naval capabilities versus U.S. Navy in 2023. 1. Technological advancements beyond carrier numbers. While the analysis emphasizes the raw number of carriers and surface ships, it often overlooks the significant advancements in naval warfare technology, particularly in cyber capabilities, artificial intelligence, and unmanned systems. Significance: these technological advancements are not merely auxiliary to traditional naval power, they represent a paradigm shift in how naval operations can be conducted. For instance, the integration of AI can enhance decision-making processes in high-pressure scenarios, allowing for quicker and potentially more effective responses. Furthermore, unmanned systems could allow for greater surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities without risking human life. Ignoring these elements risks underestimating the operational effectiveness of a navy that may appear numerically inferior but is technologically sophisticated. 2. Logistical capabilities and supply chain resilience. The analysis does not adequately address the logistical capabilities and supply chain resilience of both navies. While the U.S. Navy has a history of superior logistics, China's recent investments in its supply chain capabilities, including the construction of ports and bases both at home and abroad, are crucial for sustained operations. Significance: effective logistics can be the difference between victory and defeat in naval engagements. A navy may have the ships and personnel, but without a robust supply chain, operations can falter. China's investments in logistics reflect a strategic understanding of modern warfare that extends beyond mere shipbuilding, potentially allowing for prolonged operations in contested waters. 3. Diplomatic and soft power dimensions. The report primarily focuses on military capabilities, yet it neglects the role of diplomatic relations and soft power in shaping naval dynamics in the South China Sea. The U.S. Navy's operations often occur in the context of alliances and partnerships such as with ASEAN countries, while China has been working to solidify its influence through economic initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative. Significance: the ability to project soft power can impact naval operations significantly. Nations that feel economically tied to a country may be less likely to confront it militarily. Therefore, the geopolitical context in which these navies operate is as crucial as their military capabilities. The interplay of military strength and diplomatic relations can shape perceptions and lead to either cooperation or conflict. 4. Human factors and crew readiness. Another overlooked aspect is the human element in naval readiness. The U.S. Navy has a long-standing tradition of rigorous training and operational experience, while China's rapid expansion could lead to gaps in crew training and experience. Significance: naval warfare is not solely a technological endeavor, it heavily relies on the skills and readiness of the personnel. In high-stakes environments like the South China Sea, the ability of a crew to respond effectively to unforeseen circumstances can determine the outcome of engagements. This human factor can provide the U.S. Navy with an edge despite the numerical growth of the Chinese fleet. 5. Impact of domestic politics on naval strategy. The report does not sufficiently explore how domestic political considerations in both the U.S. and China could influence naval strategy and operations. In China, the Communist parties need to maintain legitimacy and public support can drive aggressive naval posturing, while in the U.S. partisan politics can affect defense spending and strategic priorities. Significance: the domestic political landscape is a critical factor that shapes national security strategies. Understanding the motivations behind naval expansions can provide deeper insights into potential flashpoints and areas for diplomacy. Moreover, shifts in political power can lead to abrupt changes in military focus or funding, impacting long-term strategic planning. 6. Environmental considerations in naval operations. The report fails to mention the environmental implications of naval operations, particularly in the South China Sea, which is ecologically sensitive. Increased naval activity can lead to significant environmental degradation, which could provoke local populations and impact regional stability. Significance: environmental concerns can become a source of conflict or cooperation. Acknowledging these factors can lead to more comprehensive naval strategies that consider not just military objectives but also the implications of those actions on marine ecosystems and regional populations. As environmental issues gain prominence, navies that account for these factors may find themselves in a better position diplomatically and operationally. 7. Historical context and evolution of naval doctrine. The comparative analysis does not delve deeply enough into the historical context of naval doctrines. Understanding how historical engagements and past conflicts have shaped the current naval strategies of both nations is crucial to comprehending their present capabilities and future trajectories. Significance: historical context can provide valuable lessons on the effectiveness of various naval strategies and doctrines. By analyzing past conflicts, naval strategists can avoid repeating mistakes and leverage successful tactics. This understanding can also inform predictions about future naval engagements. Conclusion: the competitive landscape between China and the U.S. in the South China Sea is multifaceted and extends beyond mere comparisons of naval strength and operational readiness. Acknowledging the overlooked aspects of technological advancements, logistics, human factors, domestic politics, environmental considerations, and historical context can provide a more comprehensive understanding of the complexities at play. These dimensions will be critical as both nations navigate the evolving dynamics of maritime security in the Indo-Pacific region. Understanding these nuanced factors will not only inform military strategies but also shape diplomatic engagements and regional stability in the years to come. 1. Naval strength and expansion. The comparative analysis highlights the significant growth of China's naval capabilities, particularly in its aircraft carrier fleet. In 2023, China operates 3 active aircraft carriers and is working on advanced models, while the U.S. Navy maintains a dominant presence with 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. This disparity in carrier strength is crucial as aircraft carriers are central to modern naval warfare, providing power projection and operational flexibility. Furthermore, China's investment in advanced technologies such as Catabar systems signals its intention to enhance its naval operational capabilities, potentially altering the balance of power in the South China Sea. 2. Operational readiness. Operational readiness is a critical aspect of naval capability evaluation. The U.S. Navy's high operational tempo, extensive training exercises, and commitment to freedom of navigation operations in the South China Sea demonstrate its readiness and strategic posture in the region. Conversely, while China has made strides in improving its naval training and operational capabilities, there are concerns regarding the readiness and integration of its forces in high-stakes scenarios. This difference in operational readiness could impact the effectiveness of each nation's naval forces in a potential conflict, making it a vital area for in-depth analysis. 3. Regional dynamics and strategic posturing. The South China Sea serves as a significant geopolitical arena where both nations assert their maritime interests. China's assertive territorial claims and naval buildup present challenges to U.S. interests and regional stability. The U.S. Navy's presence aims to deter Chinese expansion and reassure allies in Southeast Asia, while China's naval strategy focuses on projecting power and securing its maritime claims. The contrasting strategic objectives of both nations reflect broader geopolitical dynamics and influence the operational decisions of their respective naval forces. Analyzing these dynamics provides insight into the future trajectory of U.S.-China relations and regional security. 4. Technological advancements and future competition. The role of technological advancements in naval warfare is increasingly emphasized in the competitive landscape. Both nations are investing in modern technologies, including cyber capabilities and unmanned systems. The integration of these technologies into naval operations represents a critical area of competition that could redefine maritime strategy. Moreover, the focus on technological superiority raises questions about the adaptability of traditional naval doctrines and the potential implications for future conflicts in the Indo-Pacific region. Understanding how each nation approaches these advancements will be essential for assessing future naval capabilities and strategic outcomes. In conclusion, the comparative analysis of China's naval capabilities versus the U.S. Navy in 2023 highlights significant points for discussion, including naval strength and expansion, operational readiness, regional dynamics, and technological advancements. Each of these points offers a rich avenue for in-depth analysis, informing broader discussions on maritime security, geopolitical strategy, and the evolving nature of naval warfare in the 21st century. 1. The Battle of Midway 1942. This pivotal World War II naval battle exemplified the importance of aircraft carrier strength and operational readiness. The U.S. Navy, despite being outnumbered, utilized intelligence and strategic positioning to decisively defeat the Japanese fleet, marking a turning point in the Pacific theater. The U.S. had 3 aircraft carriers engaged while Japan lost 4, demonstrating how tactical execution and readiness can offset numerical disadvantages. 2. The Cold War naval arms race. During the Cold War, the U.S. and the Soviet Union engaged in a significant naval buildup, particularly concerning aircraft carriers and submarine fleets. Both nations sought to assert dominance in global waters, leading to innovations in naval technology and strategy. The U.S. maintained a larger carrier fleet and exercised a strategy of forward deployment, while the Soviet Union focused on submarine warfare and anti-ship missile technology, illustrating the complexities of naval competition and readiness. 3. The Falklands War 1982. The conflict between the United Kingdom and Argentina highlighted the significance of naval power and operational readiness in a limited conflict. The UK deployed a naval task force, including aircraft carriers like HMS Invincible, to reclaim the Falkland Islands. The British forces demonstrated superior operational capability and naval strategy, overcoming Argentina's defenses despite being thousands of miles from home waters, underscoring the impact of naval readiness and strategic planning in maritime conflicts. Future outlook. Predictions for naval capabilities in the South China Sea 2025 and beyond. As we move into 2025 and beyond, the competitive landscape between China and the U.S. Navy in the South China Sea will likely evolve, driven by technological advancements, geopolitical shifts, and strategic posturing. Here are several predictions for the future. 1. Continued naval expansion and modernization. China will likely continue its aggressive naval expansion, focusing on modernizing its fleet with more advanced technologies. By 2025, China may have commissioned additional aircraft carriers equipped with Catabar systems, enhancing their operational capabilities. Analysts predict that the People's Liberation Army Navy plan will also invest in unmanned systems, advanced missile technologies, and cyber warfare capabilities, creating a more formidable Navy that could challenge U.S. dominance in the region. 2. U.S. Navy's adaptation and strategic partnerships. The U.S. Navy will need to adapt its strategies to counter the growing capabilities of the plan. By 2025, we can expect the U.S. to enhance its naval presence in the Indo-Pacific through strategic partnerships and alliances, such as the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue Quad and AUKUS. The U.S. may also increase joint exercises with allied nations, focusing on interoperability and collective defense strategies that could deter Chinese aggression. 3. Hybrid warfare and asymmetric strategies. As both nations modernize their naval capabilities, the nature of naval conflict could shift towards hybrid warfare, incorporating cyber, economic, and informational dimensions. By 2025, we may see an increase in non-traditional tactics such as the use of unmanned vessels, electronic warfare, and information operations. This shift could alter operational readiness assessments, as both sides will need to consider a broader range of capabilities and scenarios. 4. Greater emphasis on regional alliances and diplomacy. The geopolitical landscape in the South China Sea will likely continue to be shaped by regional dynamics. Countries in Southeast Asia are expected to enhance their naval capabilities and seek closer ties with both China and the US as they navigate the complex maritime environment. By 2025, we could see new multilateral security agreements emerge aimed at maintaining maritime security and stability in the region. 5. Increased tensions and potential flashpoints. While both nations may strive for stability, tensions in the South China Sea are likely to persist. The potential for miscalculations and confrontations could increase, particularly as naval operations become more frequent and assertive. By 2025, analysts predict that incidents involving naval vessels or aircraft may occur more regularly, underscoring the need for improved communication channels to prevent escalation. 6. Technological arms race. The competition between the US and China will spur a technological arms race in naval capabilities. By 2025, we can expect significant advancements in artificial intelligence, robotics, and autonomous systems within both navies. These technologies will likely redefine naval strategy and operational concepts as both nations seek to leverage their technological advantages in combat scenarios. 7. Environmental and economic considerations. As the geopolitical competition unfolds, environmental issues and economic interests in the South China Sea will also play a crucial role. By 2025, climate change impacts may exacerbate tensions over fishing rights, resource extraction, and territorial disputes. Both China and the US will need to consider these factors in their strategic assessments, potentially leading to cooperative efforts in maritime environmental protection alongside competitive posturing. 8. Evolving public perceptions and domestic influences. Domestic politics will likely influence naval strategies and priorities in both countries. In the US, public opinion may shift towards greater support for naval investments and a more assertive stance in the Indo-Pacific, particularly in response to perceived threats from China. Conversely, in China, nationalistic sentiments may drive further military assertiveness, impacting the plan's operational readiness and strategic objectives. Conclusion. The future outlook for naval capabilities in the South China Sea will be shaped by a complex interplay of military developments, geopolitical dynamics, and technological advancements. As both China and the US navigate this competitive landscape, their strategies will evolve, leading to new challenges and opportunities for regional stability. The coming years will be critical in determining the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific, with significant implications for global maritime security.